So I wanted to do a video review of this particular stereo. This is the Carnaviplayer from Carnaviplayer.com. I believe that's the website anyway. I'll make sure that the link is on this video, the correct link. I've been searching high and low for a decent double-din stereo to replace the factory one in my 2013 Chevy Impala. This is a really good vehicle. I'm planning to keep it, even though I'm going to get a new truck or something here pretty soon, but I wanted to just give it a new lease of life. It's a great vehicle. I've got like 140,000 miles on it, and it just drives like it's brand new. It looks like it's brand new pretty much, and I just wanted to give it that new lease of life. So I was looking for a really good double-din stereo without spending thousands of dollars. And I came across this one online, the Carnaviplayer, and I'm just so impressed with this thing. It's Android based, so it's basically like having an Android pad or tablet in your vehicle, but with a built-in radio and everything, built-in DVD player. So anything you can do on an Android system, like a phone or a tablet, you can do on this. And so this is the main screen. There's like two interfaces to this. So this is the main interface. You notice the dark background, which is kind of good for driving. It's not too distracting. And you've got all this functionality on here, like your radio. And you can, you can use your finger there to scan for, different stations, or you can pre-program stations in there. You can use the seek button up here to seek for stations. So let me just go back to that one. So that's your radio, which is pretty straightforward, but it's kind of cool. So let me go back to the home screen there. We've got a CD DVD player. I haven't actually used that yet because I don't have any discs. I'm all digital. I don't use CDs or DVD discs anymore. So I haven't actually been able to test it out. I'm sure it works. The music, I've installed a bunch of music on the little SD card. I had to go buy a 32 gigabyte SD card just so that I could store music and whatnot in there. Just like you do when you buy a new phone, you have the little memory card in there so you can put your music and stuff on. You got all your music on here. I can, go through a list here and choose different songs. You can shuffle the songs. You can create playlists. This one. You can repeat songs, all the usual stuff you can do on a phone or whatever, you can do on here. Let me turn that down a little bit. Okay, so you've got a web browser. Obviously only works if you've got it hooked up to internet. Right now I've got it hooked up to a hotspot, so we have internet on here. Obviously you need internet to download apps and everything to it as well. The navigation, I installed Waze on this. It does come with iGo pre-installed, and that's on a little SD card in here. But you can install whatever navigation app you want, and you can also set it to, you can set the default navigation app. So basically, if I go back to something else like the radio, and I hit the nav button there, it will pull up the default app, the one that I want to be the default, which in this case is I set to be Waze. You can do that. Install pretty much any navigation app you want. And just go back to the home screen here. You've got vehicle settings. I don't even know what half of this stuff is yet. That's where you would set the navigation app. I set it to Waze, but you basically, you set it to iGo or Google Maps, whatever you prefer. The boot logo, when the stereo first turns on, it displays, in this case, a Chevrolet logo, which is that one there, but you know, you've got all these you can pick from. So I guess if you install the same stereo in a different vehicle make, you know, you can choose whatever the boot logo is. You know, so if you have a Ford Mustang, you could choose either the Ford logo or there's the Mustang logo right here. So there's, I mean, there's all kinds of mix and, you know, model vehicles on there, including all the European ones. So that's the vehicle settings. You know, you've got auxiliary, I guess this Bluetooth deal where you play the music over Bluetooth from your phone or something. I haven't actually played with that yet. I haven't tested it. You've got your music videos. All these videos I've installed on the SD card, so you know you can play music videos. Go back out of here. Okay, back again. You got gallery just like on a phone or tablet, file explorer, same. TV, I guess there's some kind of TV adapter you can put in there and plug in and actually watch live TV. I haven't played with that because I don't have the adapter. The sound settings, you can adjust the fade and balance just by moving this little pointy deal on this diagram. So I have it, you know, the balance in the center, but I have the sound slightly towards the back of the vehicle. The gain is pretty cool. You can set different volumes for different functions. So like for example, the navigation, I have the volume set at the highest and the radio set pretty low. So if I'm listening to the radio and I've got the navigation going at the same time, I'll hear the navigation directions above the radio. So that's really cool. You know, like, so the Bluetooth phone calls I've got set pretty high there. So you can adjust all these levels to whatever suits your needs. You know, you got calculator, calendar, clock. You know, just like on a phone. Steering wheel controls. You can actually program these to whatever you want. I've just left it at the defaults for now. So basically, you know, the volume up, volume down, and everything is just the same as it was on the original stereo. But it works. That's the main thing for me, that it works. But you can program them to whatever you want. So let me go back again. The GPS signal. So I can see there, you know, what kind of GPS signal I'm getting. You know, and in this case, I actually installed the GPS antenna on top of the unit, so it's actually inside the dashboard, and it works great, you know, because I didn't particularly want to be trailing a wire out somewhere up onto the top of the dash and having this, you know, antenna visible on top of the dash, or even on the roof or something crazy like that. So I'm really happy that I was able to just leave the GPS antenna on top of the unit, and it works perfectly from inside the dash there. I guess if you had a bunch of metallic stuff up above it in the dash, it probably wouldn't work, but you know, in this case it's just plastic, so it works pretty good. And the antenna itself is magnetic, so it just attaches straight to the top of the unit there, and there's plenty of space in there, so you know, I was able to just kind of put the unit in there with the antenna on top. So let me go back out of here. Now that's the regular stereo interface. You've also got the Android interface, which you could get to by hitting this Android button down here, or you just hit the home button again. So that switches between the two. So you could always just use this Android interface if you want. You can see there, you know, you got your clock and that's the radio station it's on right now, 96.1. You've got these different pages there with the icons, you know. But you can adjust settings, things like that, and then you've got like all the apps. So like in this case, I installed a couple of extra apps there, you know, through the Play Store. I installed Google Maps. I tried that as a navigation, and then you know, I decided to go back to Waze because I like Waze. So I'd installed Waze, and a VLC video player and whatnot. But basically anything you can install on an Android phone or tablet, you can install on here. So even your email and everything else, you know. Of course, you know, you would need an internet connection for some of this stuff, but I've got it hooked up to the internet right now anyway. But the navigation obviously uses the antenna anyway, so you don't need internet for the antenna. But you know, if you wanted to listen to like internet radio, like Pandora or something like that, you know, obviously you can install the app for it, but you would need an internet connection for that to work. But you know, the thing I kind of liked about it was now I don't need to have the auxiliary cords hanging out and other kinds of wires and things like that. You know, I like it just like this, where I don't have, you know, CD discs lying around and stuff. I like it just like this one nice neat little package that's got pretty much everything I want on it. And that's you know, that was a big selling point for me. You know, you can plug in an iPod or even your phone through the auxiliary, or you could use a Bluetooth connection. So you know, I'm super impressed with this unit. It's really cool. Let me just cancel that. You know, the navigation is awesome. You know, you can just plug in an address and you know, it tells you where to go. You know, I mean, just like any other kind of navigation thing. You know, I mean, up until now I've been using a TomTom unit, you know, stuck on the windshield, and then you know, of course, you've got wires trailing down to the cigarette lighter thing, and you know, to power it. And I don't need to worry about all that stuff anymore. I've just got all this one nice neat little package. Now, I did do a lot of research into different stereos. Let me just turn the air conditioning on. It's getting a little warm. I did a ton of research on all different stereos, like double-din stereos online, on Amazon and, you know, eBay and pretty much everywhere else. And I really liked this unit because it was so easy to install, and I knew it would fit like a glove, you know. It literally took me about 20 minutes to install, so that was a big selling point for me. The fact that it just fits perfect and it was easy to install. You know, I can't imagine anyone not being able to install this. You know, you just take you know, once you take off this this fascia here, this fascia panel, you've got, you know, like 3 screws down either side that you've just got to remove, and then the old unit just pulls out and you disconnect it, and then you plug the new one in and push it all back into position, put the screws back in, snap the fascia back on, and you're up and running. You know, that was a big selling point for me. So really happy that I chose this one. I like the symmetrical design. You know, you got a knob at either side and these buttons down either side, disc along the top. So it just looks nice and neat. It looks like it belongs in the vehicle. And I highly recommend it. Again, I think the website is Carnaviplayer.com. I'm not 100% sure because I'm actually out in the vehicle right now. But I will have to look that up, and I will put the link actually on the video itself. You know, one thing I really wanted was to actually make a review video. I don't normally do this. I normally just leave reviews online, but I do actually do video reviews. But the reason I'm doing one in this case is because when I was looking at different stereos, it would have been actually nice to see one working. It would have been nice for someone to say, "Oh yeah, look, you know, this is the thing working. This is what it does. These are the screens you've got, and everything else." And I think, you know, if you can actually see one working, and someone showing you what different things are, just accidentally hit the iPod thing there. But you know, once you can actually see it working. I just think that's you know, a good thing, where, you know, when someone's shopping around and searching around trying to make their mind up what to buy, you know, I just figured I would do a video review in this case. You know, I mean, I don't work for the company or anything like that. I've got to tell you though, the company, when I've emailed them maybe 3 or 4 times, and each time they have always responded literally within about 2 minutes. I know they're based in Singapore. I know they have an installation place up north somewhere, like in Michigan or something, I don't know. And they have a sales office in Austin. I didn't actually call the sales office because I just did everything through email and online. But the units actually ship from Singapore. So they do take, you know, a few days to come in once you've ordered it. But they give you tracking information. You can actually track it online, see, you know, when it's on its way and when to expect it. You know, if you're willing to wait those few days for it to come in, you know, and be delivered, I would highly recommend this particular company and this particular unit. You know, I've seen a bunch of reviews on other stereos online, and I know you can't possibly please everyone all of the time. That's impossible. There's always going to be someone that picks a fault with something. I can't particularly pick a fault with this, but I'm sure somebody else might. You know, there's going to be something about it that they don't like. But some of the other reviews on the other stereos that I looked at, you know, people were saying certain things that just kind of totally put me off. You know, that particular stereo. So, you know, like they were saying, oh, it doesn't fit right. You know, you've got to trim off some of the plastic to make it fit, and things like that. Obviously, I don't want to be doing that. I wanted something where I knew I could just put it in there. It fits like a glove, and it's easy to install. So that was the main reason why I went with this company. And you know, all said and done, at the end of the day, the amount of money that you pay is about the same anyway. Because, you know, if you go to Walmart and buy a stereo like this for $250 or whatever it might be, you've also then got to buy all kinds of adapters. You've got to buy the adapter for your particular vehicle to actually make it fit, you know, with the screw holes in the correct place to make it actually fit in your dashboard. You've got to buy the adapter for the electrical connections. They're typically about $50. You've got to buy an adapter for the antenna. You've got to buy the little speaker deal to keep your door chimes and your turn signals and all that. So you know, at the end of the day, you're going to spend around the same kind of money. So, you know, if you're willing to wait the few days for, you know, from the time of ordering until it shows up, I would definitely recommend this company. I mean, obviously, if you've got the money and you're burning a hole in your pocket right now, and you've got to go get the stereo right now, you might be better off just going to Best Buy or somewhere like that, you know. But you know, if you're willing to wait, then I would certainly recommend this particular company and this particular unit. Again, this is a 2013 Chevy Impala that I've installed this in. We might get another one for my wife's 2007 Chevy Tahoe, which had the exact same stereo in as the Impala. So we know, you know, we know it's going to fit. We know what we're going to be getting. So we know what we're dealing with. So you know, we might be doing that. But yeah, I mean, you know, hopefully you found this review helpful. Always good to kind of see one installed in someone's vehicle and see it working. So yeah, I hope it helps, and have a good day.